Hello?
Something's happening. Yeah, I don't know. Something's happening. I hope this isn't because of we run out of time.
Run out of time.
It
You know what I
says we're
mean?
live.
It says we're
does.
live, yeah.
Hey, we
It
are
says
live.
we're live. We are live,
Yeah.
I guess.
Hey, everybody.
Well, I just want you to know we were.
Oh, boy. It seems like
Oh,
he's having some
no.
troubles. Murph, pick it up.
Well,
Let's just go.
yeah.
He'll be
Okay.
back.
Not good.
Hey, we're live. Nothing happened.
Yo, hey, there
So
we
now
are.
we're still live. Yes.
Well, off with a bang. What can you say?
I love that, though. Like,
You know
yeah,
what,
I
guys?
don't care about that. Who
I don't feel
cares?
so bad about boomering, and I'm laughing with you, not at you.
oh, yeah.
Well, just so you know, the thing was circling the wheel of death, and it was just doing this, and I'm going, it's supposed to be going live, and it just is not. And yeah, now it's saying my page is unresponsive and everything. So I think StreamYard, I'm having some trouble with StreamYard for some reason. So everybody, we'll get in.
Crazy Matt says it sounds good on his end.
Oh, well, good. I mean, we're just going to keep rolling with it. So,
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, thank you for showing up today. We're boomering pretty hard. We have
It was a
Crazy
long
Matt in
weekend.
the house.
You know
It was
what?
a long
That's
weekend,
in honor
so-
of my appearance. I get it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, man.
Let's go with that.
Hail
Yes,
Mo
hail the
Biggs.
chat.
We got Mrs. Clay in here. Not Casey anymore. It's Mrs.
How'd you
Clay.
get the butterfly in her thing? That's awesome.
I don't know. That's pretty cool. And then good stuff.
Good
Hey,
stuff.
good to see you.
Everyday
What
bow.
else do we got? Is that all we got? That might be all for now. Yep, that's
Do
it
you
for
know,
now.
this whole time I'd play YouTube to look at the comments. I did not realize that we could see the comments next to the private chat. This whole
Oh,
time.
really? Yeah, this is Boomer Night, man.
Oh, Miss Raina's with us. Hi, Miss
Oh, good.
Raina.
Hey, there
Yeah,
you
there's
are.
Miss Raina.
Right. Nice of you to join us. Thank you.
Great to see her.
Yeah, so, oh, man. Wow, what a rough start, but we're still having fun, so who cares?
That's right.
Yeah, we just want to thank you all for showing up and thank everybody for a great launch to Ballad of
supporting
Celestials.
us.
Yeah, that was just fantastic. And
Hashtag crackback backs.
yeah,
Yes,
man,
thank
we
you.
had such a good time, and they did. They showed up, and it was awesome. And I had some coworkers show up, which was really cool. Some people on
that's
the
very
stream.
cool.
That was
Yep.
cool.
And then I'm not sure about family. It's weird how family works. Like you never know if they're going to back or if they're not going to back or if they're going to wait. And some of them just don't know what they're doing. So they're like, how do we get there? And
Yeah, that's what I have. I have to help some family members figure it out.
yeah, and that's what I know I'm going to do it. But I did have some people watch.
But the great thing is our dojo right here, he's got that great map out so we can find all these channels to kind of hop on and shill our book. So that's what we're kind of doing right now, trying to get it all together and kind of make a calendar to do a world tour.
There you go. That's what I'm doing. I'm using one resource.
Yeah. Man,
that's a great resource.
It's been a great resource. And I always throw it out there to people too, because I hear them saying, well, how do you know where all the channels are? I'm like, well, Dojo's had this out for a while now. And, some people aren't aware, but it's great. So if you don't know about it, go to dojokuncomics.com, get on the CG guide and download it. It's a great tool.
It's dojokun.wixsite.com / Dojo Kun Comics.
Okay. Well, if you look it up in the thing, you're right at the top. So if you put Dojo Kun Comics,
search on, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you just Google it, it goes right to your website. Yeah.
So it's really
There's
cool.
a cool looking game out there called Dojo Kun also. And at first I was like, oh man, but no, you know what? It looks cool. I'm okay.
Yeah, I think it's cool. So we got our campaign off to a start, and then you had already got your campaign off to a start, which is why you're here today.
Yep.
So you're here to talk about Toro Tales #1.
Yeah, I launched it on my stream, so I can't quite say that it was a stealth launch, but it may as well have been with 4 people in the chat.
Oh.
But I'm inching my way up. I just got 2 more backers today, so that's good.
Okay.
I think I'm up to 23 now.
Oh, good.
And so I'm approaching $1,000. The goal is 5,000, and that is in order to recoup the cost to pay all of the creatives. A lot of people worked on this project. It's an anthology, so there's 9 stories. It's 88 pages. And for those of you who hesitate to back, if you're not sure if the book will get done in a timely fashion, this book is done.
Nice.
So this is one of those. I mean, my next campaign, I'm going to need the crowdfunding to pay for it. But as far as this one is concerned, it's done. All I need to do is pay for things like the stickers and the ash can printing and things like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's lettered and everything.
It's colored, lettered.
Nice.
All the pages are in order. It's ready for print. I've even got the interior cover page with all of the stories and all of the creatives and all that. And when we play the trailer, you'll see a piece of that. You'll see what I've done to make the interior cover page pretty thorough.
Yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, we're going to get onto the campaign page here in just a minute. Yeah, so talking about, you said stealth launch. Actually, I thought you were getting ready to do the shifter. So that's what I thought you were launching.
Oh,
and I
see.
had no idea you were doing both. And so I guess I was a little bit confused.
Yeah, it's a little crazy to do both. I'll be honest. Some people might say that I'm just doing a money grab, but no, that's not it at all. I think what I'm most concerned about is I've been publishing these characters for about 6 years now, and I want to make sure that I get these stories out. I've got so much already written.
Cat, sorry.
Yeah.
The door's closed, but it don't matter.
Yeah,
you can still hear it through the door, huh?
She's complaining.
Yeah, you might hear our dog Cinder barking when she realizes I'm up here on the stream. She's like, "Oh no, we can't have that."
I know, man.
It's okay,
They're
because
so
mine are going to do the
possessive.
same thing, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, keep talking about that.
Oh, okay, sure.
Know a little more.
So I was a bit concerned about getting these characters out there. I mean, they're published, and if you went to Indie Planet, you can get them, print to order. But I'd really like to get them in this anthology and get the Dojo Kun universe into this crowdfunding, I'll call it arena, if you will, so that my characters are known by this group of people that are so supportive and encouraging, etc. So one thing I can show you is that, on Siamese, on the spine, I had the number, I don't know if you can see it, I had the number 1 printed right there.
Mm-hmm.
Toro Tales will be 2. So each time I do something from the Dojo Kun Comics universe, it's going to have that there showing the backers the reading order.
Oh, nice.
So and there's a reason for that too, because right after Siamese and Toro Tales are concurrent, if you will.
Oh, okay.
Then Deanna Hammer of the Angels will come out, and that's going to be a 4-issue miniseries, and that will have a 3 on it, because that will be the 3rd book you should read to stay in chronological order for my universe.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, I like that stuff, because then you have the crossovers. I know. As I read down the campaign page, I think it said something about Siamese being in Toro Tales a little bit.
Well, no, that's a catch-up tier.
Mentioned?
It's a catch-up tier,
okay,
which we'll definitely get to. It'll have it's a second printing with a brand new cover, basically.
Cool.
But we'll definitely mention that as we're going through the. Crazy Man wants to know if we do question of the week.
We gotta wait, because we'll go on a
at.
thing.
Yeah, let's do that and get that out of the way. Otherwise, we're going to be all night, and they're going to be wondering what we're saying. So let's go all the way up in the chat and go to Crazy Matt's question of the week, which is: would you rather your parents arrange your marriage or marry your most recent ex? Good question.
I don't want either.
Yeah, I think they both suck.
Do you let the guest answer that one too?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
they'll. Oh, believe me, they'll answer.
Everyone in the chat will, and yeah.
Okay, so yeah, here it is, guys. I do have an answer to that, and I think it's a good one. So, marry my ex? Hell no. I don't hate her, but no way. But the reason I would let my parents arrange it is I have been engaged to Deanna for 10 years now. And my mom keeps asking, when are you going to walk the aisle? When are you going to get married? And so I know for a fact that if I had them arrange it, that's who they'd arrange me to marry. So, okay.
Yeah, that works.
We don't actually plan to walk the aisle. We figure, we've already done that twice and it really didn't work out.
Happy, right? If you're
like
happy,
Gene
you're
Simmons,
happy.
Yeah, like Gene Simmons always said with his arrangement, we are happily unmarried.
Yeah. Hail Raiden Radio, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm like, I don't know, if something was ever to happen, I don't think you would want to go back with your ex, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe some people do.
Some people do. Yeah.
Some people do. So whatever. I don't know. I guess it depends on your situation, but definitely, I think worse than anything would be to have it arranged for you. You know what I mean?
The funny thing, though, like cultures that have arranged marriages, they do seem to have better. The divorce rate isn't as high.
Yeah, the longevity of the marriages is much better somehow.
Yeah,
I think it's
because that has to do with like, oh shit, I can't mess this up. Like shame on the family.
No,
shame, you know what I mean?
I think it's more because it is more of a family. You know what I mean? Like both families are a part of it, and I maybe I'm talking out of my butt here, but I don't think like they're forced, right? Like, isn't there some type of?
Well, I think it depends.
No, it's like this is the guy or girl for you, and that's what how it's going.
It depends because I mean when it first started out, it was to align, kings, princes, and even tribes at one point. So it was definitely something that you had to go through with it. Yep. Now that doesn't mean though that they were faithful to their arranged spouse.
Yeah, exactly right. Especially in kingdoms. I mean, that they were doing things to keep from war and to keep and to gain land and to do things. But I mean,
so modern day cultures that still do it either religiously or culturally, they do have a better success rate.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. They still do.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
You can talk with your butt, Murph. Why do you not feature that? We need to have a video of that.
You know what? That could be a stretch goal.
You guys haven't noticed, but I've been doing that this whole time. Stretch goal, nice.
All I can picture is Jim Carrey doing his butt talk.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
From Pet Detective.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember there was a time where that was like horrendous. Like the news thought that was crazy.
Yeah, that was pushing it, right?
That's not pushing anymore.
Oh man. Well, what's weird is the chat really isn't jumping into this one. What's going on? Come on, guys.
They're afraid to answer.
Give us your
Although
input,
Crazy Matt did answer his own question.
Crazy Matt. He said, I 100% trust my mom, which I'm like, oof. Man, oh man. That's cool. It's important to keep in mind that cultures with arranged marriages may have higher success rate because divorce is more difficult there. See, that's what I was thinking. They make it difficult.
They just can't you can't get divorced and let you run away. Could be.
So you're saying you're stuck?
That's fun.
Oh man, yeah. So, why don't we get to sharing the page a little bit? We're about 15 minutes after.
Hey, we never do it. Remember, like and subscribe. We never say it. Like and subscribe.
To what? What are you telling them to like and subscribe?
Our channel.
Okay, there you go. I wanted you
to Dojo Kun Comics while you're at it.
And Dojo Kun. Yeah, right. Get us both. Okay, so let's add this. We'll take a look at the page here. So there it is.
Right. Cool.
And
so we're starting
the trailer, right?
Oh yeah, if you want to start with that. But one thing I want to mention is right now we've got 23 backers. We're at 18% funded. We've got a ways to go, but I'm hoping that getting on a lot of streams and talking about it will show people the talent that was in it and the passion we have for it. Because there's a lot of people who are excited about having gotten the opportunity to have their work published. But I'm going to go ahead and do the trailer like you suggested.
Yeah, that'll be great.
The Toro Tales trade paperback brings together the inaugural chapters of some of Dojo Kun Comics' greatest characters. Characters like Sakura, Bot 42, Sovereign, Lone Shark, Sparrow, Night Mist, the Scarlet Archer, the Canadian Shield, and Halia and Anvi, aka H2O. Featuring art by 5 different writers, 9 artists, 7 colorists, and 5 letterers, this graphic novel will be 88 pages of superhero excitement. We've been publishing comics for 6 years now and successfully crowdfunded and fulfilled Siamese. The first 100 backers receive a free BD Buddy of Canadian Shield. Back with confidence and back us. Only on Indiegogo.
Nice.
Yeah, so what's the Canadian Shield? What is he made out of?
Actually, it's little beads. Let me do this so I can see what. Okay, so yeah. Let me show you the size and all that.
Oh, okay.
Can
yeah,
you
let me solo you.
Blow his, yeah.
Now this is just a prototype. As you saw in the picture, the hammer has different colors. There won't be a roach clip on the ones you get from me. Unless you want that.
Dojo.
I was going to say, if you want that, hit me up in the DMs and we'll work something out. Yeah, I was at a craft show with Deanna and just trying to find something that interested me because I was bored out of my mind. And somebody had a bunch of these BD buddies of, Captain America, Batman, etc. And I was looking at them and I wasn't considering buying any, but I thought, hey, I wonder if he would make them for my characters. So I struck up a conversation with the guy. He's like, heck yeah, what have you got? So he's going to do 100 of them for me. And they will be to the first 100 backers of a physical tier.
Very nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't know what they were, but it almost looked like it was magnetic. In the picture, I thought that's what it might be. It's just little magnets stacked. And but then I was looking, I was like, well, it does look like beads.
Yep, so, it's got a wire frame.
Okay.
It's slightly posable. It can be moved around a bit. Oh, well, I'm doing that, and you guys can't even see it. Yeah, it's slightly posable, but it's got like a wire frame in there holding it all together.
Okay.
If he had a sword, though, this might look pretty cool. But he's going to have a shield on his arm.
Okay. Very.
And then, of course, his hammer.
And it doesn't seem to weigh too much, then.
Oh no, it's super light. It's just plastic beads.
I was going to say, do you have to worry about packaging it, or can it break easily?
Well, I do have to worry about packaging it, but because of it can be pretty flat. I think I'll be able to get it in there with the comic book, just like I did when I put the challenge coin in with Siamese.
Oh yeah, that'll fit really nice, actually, pretty easily.
Yep.
Those Gemini mailers are thicker than you think. So.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So Mo says, I don't even want to know the thought process behind Lady B Rose buying the Canadian Shield figure for B Rose. Womp womp womp.
Don't even want to speculate.
Yeah, let's not get there. Okay, cool. So let's look at.
Okay, yeah, let's go down through this.
The page.
So this here is a work in progress. This is not actually what the cover will look like. This is it's a penciled version that's been watercolored for me. But the final version, this art, by the way, is by Eric Ninoltowski, the creator of Shadow Sentry. And he's going to do a much more detailed version of this cover with a background, not just watercolors. And this is an homage to Todd Nauck's variant cover to Amazing Spider-Man number 297, which featured the West Coast Avengers on it. And what was great about that is it had 10 superheroes on it, which is what, there are 10 superheroes debuting in Toro Tales number 1. So that worked out perfectly. He put them, he's got Scarlet Archer where Hawkeye was standing. He's got Canadian Shield where Iron Man was, things like that. So that too, pays homage to that cover. And the interior art.
I was going to show that real quick, just to show the difference, if you don't mind.
Oh, the book, the Spider-Man book.
Yeah, the Spider-Man book.
Okay, sure.
Just so people can see it. So, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So Spider-Man's not on the cover,
right?
Wow.
Yeah, it's a variant cover. So
throughout that month. Yeah, throughout that month, all of the different comics had some kind of an Avengers homage on it. So, like, there was on the Fantastic Four, there was an Avengers cover on it, but it might have been a different set of the Avengers. So,
okay. Yeah, that's going to look really nice. I mean, Eric does a great job. So
he's so good. Yeah, he's so fun to work with too.
That's cool. That'll be nice to see. Okay, let's get back into that.
Okay. This here is some example of the interior art. This character here is Bot 42. Bot is indeed a acronym, but you'll have to get the book to find out an acronym for what and why 42. But see up here, you can see him pummeling somebody. And then down here, you can see he's got blood all over him.
Right.
So not for the squeamish.
His single eye looks like a Cylon from the
yeah, you're right.
Galactica.
Yep.
That's what it reminds me of.
It is reminiscent of that. You're right. This is an example of the art for Sakura. Sakura is Japanese for cherry blossom. And I've been telling everyone she's not fragile like a cherry blossom. She's fragile like a bomb.
Okay.
Here's some example art from Lone Shark.
The Lone Shark art was cool with the water. I really like that effect they did with the water.
Yeah, this is a very style. I love it. Yeah, you're right.
It's pretty cool.
And then this is some example art from Sovereign.
Okay.
Now, I've been saying who I think it's reminiscent of, but what do you guys think? Does this remind you of anyone? The art?
Yes, but I'm trying to think of his name. He's the one that drew Superman. That was, like whenever he played Clark Kent, he was all dumpy. And then whenever he turned into Superman, he would straighten up and he would lose his double chin and all that. And he kind of has that, the way he draws the face, it looks almost just like that guy. I can't think of his name though. Oh, Mobius, really? Now, see, I wouldn't get that.
No,
but I'm not.
Okay.
No, that's nothing on me or on Mobius or your art.
I don't know who Mobius is. What has he done?
Oh my gosh,
Silver Surfer was one thing I know, but that's what I mostly know Mobius from. So I don't follow Mobius, so I wouldn't recognize it.
Well, Mobius has now passed, but if you look up his art, he's done some pretty iconic work for, I think, both DC and Marvel, and maybe even some of the independents too. Now, this obviously isn't Mobius, but when I got this line art back from Aaron, the artist's name is Aaron Kearney. He's Brit. I said, wow, dude, this is, I want him to do all of Sovereign. And then I reached out to my colorist, who is Irene Krieger from Russia. And I said, do you think you could emulate the coloring style of Mobius? And she said, absolutely. Let me give it a shot.
Oh,
and then her husband is my letterer. His name is Maxim Mel. And so it's great to have them both on this project too. So I got people from around the world on this anthology.
I think that's really cool. I guess I've never really followed him at all. I know the name and I know he's very revered and everybody loves Mobius. But
is Silver Surfer what he's known for? Is there?
Yeah, that's what I know him from. So
I didn't know if there's what the industry knows him for.
I wouldn't go so far as to say he's known for that. He is well known for having done it, but he did a lot more before that. And that Silver Surfer that Dirk is alluding to was just a 2-issue miniseries.
Oh, wow. Okay. So he was a span of time then. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you guys help me with that Superman artist? Do you remember when the guy was
You've talked about him before. I know you're talking about, but I can't.
I didn't love his Wolverine. He always drew like a fatter faced Wolverine. And he drew the X-Men for a while, but there's
something about what time frame the X-Men?
Yeah, it had to be late 90s, early 2000s.
Do you mean Paul Smith?
Oh.
No,
but whenever the Superman story came out,
John Romita.
No, I know John Romita stuff. But he what he did with Clark Kent, I actually liked it because it made it more realistic for me. He made Clark Kent like more dumpy. Like he would give himself a double chin and he would put the glasses on and then he would look a little more bulky. So whenever he was Clark Kent, he didn't have the same stature, that Superman had. And then whenever he turned into Superman, he would like straighten up and become, he would have that stature of Superman. And I was like, that was a genius move. Never seen anybody play that through the comics before. And he actually drew it out. And I was like, that's
the original movies kind of did that. Like he would kind of hunch over and didn't, I always thought that was
the comics. The comics never played that. They always drew him the same. And then he would just be Clark Kent, with the glasses or not. you know what I mean?
Murph is absolutely right, though. In the movies, I think it was the second Superman when Lois figures it out. He's trying to no, and finally he just then he stands up, takes his glasses off, and says, "Okay, yeah, you're right, you got me."
yeah.
It's been so long since I've seen the Superman. I wonder, do they still hold up? Because I haven't watched them probably in like 20 years. Yeah, because I watched them when I was a kid all the time.
I mean, there's a lot of things in it that are dated, and the special effects are dated as well. But as far as being great representation of the characters, it holds up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
some of it's kind of cringe, but somehow flying around the world at super speed will stop it from rotating. And then somehow that
I always hated
time backwards rather than pull the world apart because he just stopped it from rotating. When it rotates at some enormous speed that we can't feel because of the size of the planet, but you can't just stop. The centripetal force would just throw us all off.
Right.
The oceans would. Yeah, there'd be a lot of tsunamis going on.
Yeah, I really like what Dean says here. The story holds up, the effects do not, and I think that's true.
Right.
Even when they try to redo them, because I feel like the 4K Ghostbusters that they kind of digitaled it up where it looks better.
It kind of exposes,
like you don't see the wires of them. Well,
I doubt that, but you know what I mean. Like you can see.
You think they would have went in and cleaned it up?
I don't know. They might have.
Well, there's not a lot they can do, and the cars are dated. Some of the clothing, some of their behaviors.
No cell phones.
Right.
Which probably would have solved every one of their problems, right?
Although there is a joke, there's a sight gag where he goes to change the Superman and he runs up to a payphone and it's not a booth, it's just a phone on the wall. And he looks at it like, oh, now what do I do?
Yeah. So Good Stuff says, Dean, you missed Murph and Dirk trying a new way to start the show. Come on live. Then say we are live, then play the intro, then kick the panel, then bring everyone back on. I think they watch too much B-Rose. You're exactly right. I'm going to blame B-Rose for this.
You know what? Watching any B-Rose is watching too much B-Rose. Too much B-Rose is redundant. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
That's an obvious screen. Yeah, it was a rough start, but hey, we're getting it. Now here's the book.
Yeah, here's a close-up look at the Beady Buddy. The only part that will be metal is the wire that holds it together and these ankle things for weight so that he'll stand.
Okay.
So now we're down to the tiers. The first tier, not the kind of tiers that B-Rose brings out, but the tiers for buying or supporting the book, that is. So the first one is buying Deanna a fancy coffee because she's so supportive in this crazy hobby of mine. The second tier is a digital copy of the book. I'm not one that typically buys a digital copy, but I know a lot of people either like it on their mobile devices or want to avoid the just incredibly expensive international shipping.
That's what we were thinking too.
I wanted folks overseas to still have an opportunity to get this rather than pay, 3 times as much for the shipping as you did for the book itself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that's what we thought. We were like, we have to give everybody the opportunity to get the book.
Right.
I don't want to cut people off because shipping's so stupid. So I want to be able to get it to them some way or another, man.
Agreed.
So I'm glad that's out there.
There's some talk about, well, aren't you worried about piracy? It's like, well, first of all, I'm still very little known, so I doubt anybody will. But if somebody pirates my book in order to distribute it to other people, okay.
That's a good thing. No, that's honestly a good thing. Like how Napster was good for the artists coming up was. You know what I mean? That's why Metallica hated it.
I mean, sometimes art can be taken, and used, and you don't always want your art taken and used.
No, you're right.
Put on advertisements and things like that, because I've heard of people having that happen.
Ooh,
but
yeah, I wouldn't like that much.
On the other hand, I guess it depends on what they're using it for, and whether that brings people back to you or not. So
exactly,
again, it could be advertising.
Sort of a form of publicity. So, I mean, I don't condone it. I don't encourage it.
Sure.
But I'm not going to be broken up about it.
Yeah. Since they copied the B-Rose technique of not including the link in the description, here's Toro Tales.
Is that from Mo?
Yes.
Thank you, Mo.
Yes.
Hail, Mo.
Actually,
that's why he has a wrench to do those.
I can go put a new one in there.
No, Mo's got it.
Yeah, he did. That's true. Okay, right. Leave Mo.
So we talked about the physical copy, the regular cover. It's going to look a lot like this, but be far more detailed in Eric's style. It's 88 pages or more, and the or more might be a stretch goal. And then this one will be perfect bound. It'll be square bound, but it'll be a soft cover.
Okay.
There is, however, a hardcover available, and this is that one. This here, the art is by The Art of Puro, which is yet another married couple on my book. This is Monica and Andreas. Andreas is the line artist, and his wife, Monica, is the colorist.
I really like the background.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
It's really cool. That tree.
That looks so real. Yeah, it looks so real.
It calls to mind, of course, her name, Sakura, which is cherry blossoms.
Yeah. That's cool.
It's pretty simple. There's just those tiers, and then let me scroll up really quick. Right, where is it? Right there. There's a retailer tier.
I see that.
Where you can get 10 copies. It will not be the cover that you see right there, though. It will be the cover that Eric is putting together.
Okay.
I never thought of doing that. Have you had that happen? Has there been retailers that have? I never thought of that.
So I haven't personally had a sale of a retailer tier, but I know of several campaigns that did. So I try to make it available because I'd love to have someone who has a local comic store put 10 of these, on a shelf somewhere. I'd love to see it right next to the crap being put out by the mainstream, so that people will go, "Hey, this looks better than that stuff."
Yeah. A couple people have mentioned it to me that we might want to think about that. In the future.
That's an idea.
And, it is. I mean, it's a really good idea. It's something that. We haven't looked past the crowdfunding yet. Well, no, crowdfunding.
Skate independent. Yeah.
Just because, we're trying to get here, and then everybody else is like, well, how else can we do all? And I'm like, wait, I need to just do this. I need to focus here for now. Then we'll look up and out, man. We got to get one thing done at a time. We've just started checking things off the list where we're like, look, we've accomplished it. We've accomplished it. We've accomplished it. And I feel like the next goal is to figure out, okay, where do we go from here? How are we going to get a bigger audience next time?
Having published for 6 years now, and I've had some sales on Indie Planet where people order, print to order, but it hasn't been gangbusters. It hasn't been all that great, and it's largely because there's not enough eyes on the project. I mean, Indie Planet is widely popular, but if you don't know Siamese is out there, for example, you're not going to search for it, and I can't count on people to just stumble across it. I mean, it's great if they do and they are interested, but I need to somehow draw people's attention to it. And I do have a website that if you click on the cover, it'll take you to Indie Planet to order it. But still in all, I need more eyes. And that's one of the things, I'm watching closely some of the marketing geniuses in Comicsgate, watching for their methodologies, like Brian Bitvitas from Aerith Saga, Aaron Neff from, Global Frequency Studios.
Awesome.
They've got a lot of ideas as far as marketing goes. And, I've been picking their brains now and then. I don't want to pester them, but I ask them questions all the time too.
Oh, yeah.
They've got great outside the box thinking, and I might steal some of their ideas with their blessings, and they may prompt another idea of my own. So
sure. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about before the show, is like, how are we going to get ourselves out there a little more? Because, even after just a couple days, I know it's only been like 3-4 days for us since we launched, we've kind of slowed down now, and it's, I think it's been a whole day since we've had somebody back, and I'm like, well, what else are we going to do? I know we're going to stream right now. He's going to get on streams. Well, we're going to both be on Jeremy's stream tomorrow night.
Oh, great.
You know, and so we have things coming up, but it's like, man, that's we got to do more because we keep in the same corner of people.
If I may name drop here, I think even more brilliant, even though Brian Bedvitas and Aaron Neff are brilliant when it comes to marketing, even more brilliant is Justin Murphy, better known as Professor Murph.
Oh, yeah.
When he did his campaign and every so often added another perk, added another tier for those of us who, you know, let's say a month ago I backed his book and now he's got this great extra perk that, you know, a month ago I've got money again because I got paid again. What is he offering now? I think I backed his campaign 5 times, guys.
Oh my God. That's
Plus
awesome.
he had
well, because he keeps adding books.
Well, not just books, but all of this awesome merchandise.
Yeah.
Those I can't call them action figures. They're painted statues. I mean, that's what he used to do or maybe he still does it for a living. So he does have some inroads there, but they were phenomenal. I mean, they were pricey, but he sold out like that.
Well, and it's, you know, and that's something we're thinking about too. I mean, merchandising is the next step for us too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I already have people asking about T-shirts and hats, you know,
right?
And that's just from the logo and that bird insignia that we made. So we can easily do merch, but we're trying to think of new ways to get more people, you know.
Always watching, always listening to what other people are doing and have to say. You know, this community definitely. Oh, I used the word community. Sorry.
Look at that.
This scene.
Yeah. Hey, Aerith, how you doing, man? But thank you for stopping by.
Oh, we said his name 3 times and he showed up.
It's true. That's true. Yeah, I mean, it's just really cool to see some of the ideas he's had, and I feel like he definitely has one of the most unique campaigns out there, which is awesome. You know, when Dwarves versus Lions came out, I was blown away by the idea, and at first I was like, what the hell, you know, what is this? But then as I was thinking about it, I was like, look how interactive he made that crowdfunding. That's the genius of that whole thing. You know, he made that so interactive. Everybody just wants in one way or another. They want in.
Right.
Really, because it's fun as hell. And that's the whole piece of it. So yeah. Cheers to you, man. You did a great job, Brian.
Yes, he did.
So yeah, it was awesome. Ogden also has an interesting strategy. I think he's holding off on shipping me my copy of The Embrace in hopes I'll get impatient and back it again. Damn, man.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was funny. It took me like 6 days after Derek got his.
Yeah. 24 eyes. Hey. Yeah. I mean,
I still don't have my copy.
I mean, that's the way it is. They probably have them in waves. I don't know how.
I'm not that far from you guys.
I know. I only live 40 minutes away, and I was mad that Derek got his first. I was like, because I'm in a city, so I'm like, how is the country mail quicker? Like, my mail should be way quicker in the city. I guess not.
Yeah.
Though.
Well, I did art on the box cover, so I should get it for you.
I guess. Yeah. This is true.
Yeah. So
I know we mentioned Brian Bedvitas and his merch. So I guess we'll go down to my add-ons, my paltry little.
There we go.
So my first add-on, I kept it simple. I've only got 2. The first one here is the Chippy Stickers. There are 10 new characters, but there's 9 stickers because Halia and Undine, better known as H2O, are on their sticker together because they're twin mermaids.
That's cool. I was telling Murph before this, we looked at these real quick, and I said, man, these are great little designs on these.
Yeah.
I feel really like the person, their artistic ability on these. Normally, I don't like these kind of. It's just not my thing, you know. But these are actually pretty cool the way that they've designed them.
Yeah,
they really bring out the character's uniqueness.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm looking for. I thought it made them stand out, which was really cool.
I really like how most of them, he just has these accent circles behind them.
Yeah.
But for Canadian Shield, he actually put the maple leaf in the circle. I thought that was brilliant.
Aura energy. Dojo's Bizarre Adventures give me that aura energy. Okay.
All right, then. And then this add-on is a supplemental ash can.
Written warning. That's awesome. I want Mo to start doing that all the time. He needs to start giving written warnings to people. Yeah.
Step 1, step 2. You're on 3 steps. You're
Just
out.
start kicking people.
And strike.
Sorry,
1,
go ahead, Dojo.
2. Sorry to interrupt, man.
Yeah.
So this add-on is the supplemental ash can featuring Bog, which is yet another character. This one here, the art is by Mike Salter, who did Siamese number 1 and 2. He's also working on an ongoing campaign called Amazing Grace. That one belongs to somebody else, but I just thought I'd mention it because he's doing the art for that one too.
Yeah.
But this supplemental ash can is an available add-on with this character. And the thing about this character is aliens come to his world. He makes it abundantly clear that they're not welcome by killing them all. But when their demise gets back to their leader comes back to his planet with a stronger force. And then what happens changes his life and the life of the entire planet.
Oh, wow. That's pretty crazy. Now this reminds me of Swamp Thing or Man Thing a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure visually it does. And, just like everybody says about, these two remind you of Catwoman, right?
Well,
but
sure. Yeah.
I've got to kind of, put my own spin on it. Good luck trying to create a character that doesn't somehow visually remind you of somebody over the last, 90 years of comic books.
I don't think that's terrible. I don't think that's a terrible thing. I mean, it depends on what you can do with the idea.
It's only bad if they're comparing it to a crappy character like Swamp King and Man Thing are both badass looking characters. You know what I mean? Like
they are pretty badass.
Yeah.
So if you have a unique spin on that kind of thing, then I think that's cool.
Yeah. So hopefully the very beginning of this unique spin is this guy, when we first meet him, isn't even on Earth.
Okay.
So the next thing is, as a catch-up tier, if you missed it, Siamese will be available in this campaign as well. But it will. None of the first 6 covers are available at this time. So those people who backed Siamese the first time around don't feel like, oh, I could have just waited and gotten it now. No, this is a different cover so that it's exclusive to this campaign. And this one's by Cy Lim, New Zealander.
Okay. Wow. You do have them all over the place, don't
you? I do. Yep.
Spread across the world. That's pretty cool.
And then for stretch goals, now my goal, as I mentioned above, is $5,000. At $7,000, there's a first appearance print of Bot 42. So this is the way he first appears on the second page of his story.
Cool.
Then at $9,000, there's an acrylic keychain of that same character. And this, by the way, this art is by Cy Lim, the same one who I just showed you did that Siamese cover. This character actually he co-created with me. This is his art. And I asked him, I had a great idea for a story. Would he be all right if I used the character? And he said, absolutely, have fun. So I am. And then at $11,000, there's a fridge magnet available with the one I brought to your attention earlier, the bloodied Bot 42.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
But he'll tell you right from the start, well, it's not my blood.
So is that magnet like because there's different styles of magnets. Is it going to have like a metal finish to it, like that front? You know what I'm talking about?
Almost like, is it a picture magnet or is it?
It'll be a picture magnet, like
okay,
flexible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's pretty cool.
And then if we reach that goal of 11,000, I'm trying to be optimistic. If we reach it, I do have 3 more stretch goals already prepared, but I didn't want to put them on here yet. I'm optimistic, but cautiously optimistic. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. That's what, we only listed 1 and we just felt like, I know people want to see where we're going to go with the money or whatever, but I just felt like, first off, we need to worry about the goal. And I think the stretch goals are like, it's cool to show where we may go, but we have a few ideas out there. But let's just make it to that first goal first. You know what I mean?
I do. Yeah. And you know what? In a lot of ways, I learned from my first campaign to keep this pretty simple. And guys, that's why I only have 3 stretch goals. I only have the 1 catch up. I've only got 2 add-ons. I tried to keep everything, very simple such that if you're looking at the tiers, there's not decision overload.
Yeah.
There's this one to support her. There's the digital, there's the physical, there's a hardcover, and there's a retailer. Done.
Yeah. That's really cool. Well, I'm going to tell you, that's one thing that we did when we were looking at our campaign was that we had people come on and actually give us critiques and tell us, because we had ideas, we laid it out for them. We said, look, this is what we're thinking. And they were like, well, watch this, don't do that. And it really helped us so much, even up until the day of. And then I sent messages to you, and I think Amanda B. and
she's a good resource for that too. Yeah.
And Kimasabi, and all three of you gave us good feedback on what you thought was strong and weak for our campaign that day. And then we were able to improve it a little bit, which was awesome. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I was really happy with what we came up with. And I feel like our campaign is simple. We gave add-ons for people. If you want a certain cover, but you also want another cover, we made it easy for you to get 2 or 3 or even just one book. And
I'm glad you said that.
That was the one thing we wanted.
Each of the covers is also available, or not the hardcover, because there's only 50 copies of that available. But the soft cover, though, is available as an add-on. So let's say, for example, you get the hardcover and you want the soft cover, you can get both.
That's cool. Yeah, I think options are where it's at, man.
I love hardcovers. Yeah,
I like hardcovers too. I can't wait till our book gets thick enough to make, a book that big. It's going to be a little bit for us because our books are only going to be around 30, 35 pages. So,
yeah, it'll be a bit.
Yeah. Well, everything looks good, man. I mean, I was wondering about this piece because when I looked, I couldn't tell how it was drawn, but you said it was pencils.
Yeah, this is just the pencil version. Basically, he gave me, this, said it was okay to share it. And what I did was I decided, although the pencils are strong, I want to really make this, pop when somebody's looking at the campaign. So I had my colorists do this as a watercolor first, just to give you an idea of what the characters look like in their costumes, in their full color. And then, like I said, if you go look at Shadow Sentry by Eric Nowotowski, you'll see just how great he is with his detailed line art. So when he does this, when he takes this to the next level and does it, complete with inks and all that, and then my colorist takes care of it, it's going to be just, mwah.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's what I did. Some of this for our cover, for the team cover. I drew it live, and I was kind of feeling it out, just like, where's my placement going to be, and how's that, going to, I don't know, is it going to work out? And I had people giving me comments, a few people giving me comments while I drew live, and it was great because then I was like, okay, this is hitting better than I thought it would. But then I redrew it after that, and I don't like to draw, especially covers. I don't think I have enough confidence to draw on stream yet, and I was like, I'm going to redo it when I can just concentrate and make it as best, as I can. And it did. I mean, I think it came out awesome. So, for me, I feel like,
it's not a bad add-on. Kill bros.
Yeah. Well, there's there's been a little rivalry going on here, right?
I did tell you guys that there's 3 stretch goals I haven't revealed yet, right?
Correct.
So if we reach a certain amount, I can get a ticket to Houston.
Now we said his name like 10 times, and look, he's just now showing up. Hey, B Rose.
Yeah, well, he's a little slow sometimes. No, never mind sometimes. He's just a little slow.
Look at him.
You think it'll work for anyone? Like if we keep saying Peyton Manning, she's just going to show up? Like...
Aaron says, B-Rose, run.
So guys, we were talking before we came on the stream. I wanted to also show the trailer for the other book that'll be launching soon. So what we're doing is, some of you have already heard me talking about it, The Healing Wars, Book 1, Part 1, The Shifter. That is a graphic novel adaptation. There'll be 6 books, 2 books for each of the 3 novels that Janice Hardy wrote. So I'm licensed to change her novels into graphic novels. And what we're going to do on the 18th of February is we're going to launch that on Michael Bancroft's show in conjunction with Jake Adams, who's also launching at that same time, Cobalt Death Stalks Us. And the reason we're doing that in collaboration is for anyone who backs a physical tier on both of our campaigns, you'll get a special print, an homage by Shelby Robertson, an homage to X-Men number 141, the one that everyone's familiar with, that has Wolverine and Kate Pryde in the spotlight with the wanted poster in the background. And what we did was we reached out to 15 different CG creators and asked to have their permission to put their character on that wanted poster.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
So we've got creators like Joe N. Sontag, Dan Fraga, even B Rose is on, his character's on there.
Man.
It looked like that hurt for you to say that.
Yeah,
it looked like there was a lot of pain there.
But I've seen the work, the artwork, and it's phenomenal. It's being colored right now, so I can't wait to reveal that. Like I said, it's in just 10 days that we're launching that one. So what I'd like to do is play the trailer for you guys. So let me do that.
Let's go for it.
See if I can do that without boomering as well.
Oh, geesh, man, it don't matter anymore. I did it pretty good today.
All right, let's see if this works, guys. Oh, I got to do this first.
We'll do solo.
Is an orphan with a rare gift. Others with this gift can take pain from a person and transfer it into the cobalt blue metal known as pinvium. But Naya's gift is flawed. She can only transfer pain from one person to another. Orphaned on an island nation occupied by a conquering enemy and trying to locate her missing sister, Naya has to make sure they don't find out, or she'll be weaponized against her own people. Be sure to back Janice Hardy's The Healing Wars, Book 1, Part 1, The Shifter, from Dojo Kun Comics, only on Indiegogo.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah. Sneaky weebs. All right. So yeah, it's not often you see somebody that would bring out 2 campaigns in 1 month.
Does she do anything on her end to promote it?
Well, she definitely has mentioned it in her writing, like novelist writing groups on Facebook.
Cool.
But you know what? I'll go ahead and reveal this. She's going to be on that stream with us too.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Very
That's
cool.
really cool. Yeah,
man.
She's been on a stream with me before. When we were talking about this with Comics Cast, Let It Out, the show that's hosted by Gerald Motos. We had Janice on there, plus my artist from Brazil, my colorist from Spain, and my letterer from Argentina. They were all on the stream. So that's
really
very
cool, man. Yeah, Mo says, guys, there's about to be some rapid fire timeouts if this degeneracy doesn't end immediately.
Mo is on it today.
He's on it. Well, yes. Latest.
Don't even wait.
Smackdown.
Just kick B Rose or ban him or whatever you got to do.
You already helped me this. Okay. Oh boy, man, they're on it tonight.
Another one.
They're kind of having some like infighting tonight. I don't know what's happening, but boy.
Well, B Rose showed up, so
it's really volatile. It's all good.
Is it because we just had that winter storm? Everyone's been stuck inside.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, there's still ice all over the place.
Oh, that's not going away for a while.
At work, at the parking lot, there was the top. No one could like get up it because they didn't ice it. So all these cars were backed. People were hitting. It's just terrible.
Oh man, look at this one.
What is Sakura?
No, I'm watching Sakura with my 7-year-old right now.
What is Sakura?
It's Weebery.
Oh, okay. So I was going to say Sakura is one of my characters. I don't know how he could be watching Sakura.
Yeah,
I think it's anime.
Is that an anime? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea. The only anime I know really that I've watched is Akira.
Okay.
And then I know of some others because my son is into it.
No Dragon Ball Z?
I know, bad parenting. No, I've never watched that. The only anime I've ever watched is Akira. Well, I don't know. Is Pokemon's anime,
Don't take it. Stop. Everyone will leave.
Yeah, man. Everybody's going to leave. So don't say that name.
Don't say that word.
I was forced, guys.
Is here too.
My kid loved it, not me.
Stop, JoJo.
Well,
It's
what you have to
terrible.
realize, B-Rose was he was on our panel, what, 2 weeks ago? And
I have
somewhere
no idea.
in there. Time. Yeah, and he was talking, and they started talking about the P word, and that's when we knew our whole
P word.
Yeah, man.
Everyone said as a joke, people leave when you start talking about it.
And they did. It wiped us out, man. It wiped us out.
Okay, well, I'm talking about it as in I was coerced, not I enjoyed.
It still doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's the name we don't speak of. Yeah. The name is that.
Well, you know what though? There's a lot more. I mean, I watched Akira whenever I was, young, and that was kind of the anime at that time. Late '80s, I would say that was the big thing. But then Ghost in the Shell came out, and so I love the original Ghost in the Shell. And talk about a hell of an animation.
Are we starting down that slope then? If he's
no, because no, I'm just saying there's some really great ones that I think you should check out, and that is one that you should check out because that one's pretty heavy. It's pretty.
Okay, that's fair.
I enjoy animation. I enjoy good animation, and that's like some of the best for that time period, especially. She breaks through the glass, and whenever she breaks through, like all the little shards of glass, they animate it all falling, and they like follow each shard of glass down. It's amazing the detail they put into it. So yeah, I'm kind of a nerd for that kind of stuff. It's too fun to talk about.
Who's a nerd?
Nerd. There's your mistake, letting B-Rose on your panel. And see, Mo, that wasn't a joke. People do leave.
Did anyone leave? Did we go down?
I don't think so. No, we actually gained one. We had 5. Now we have 6. So we're good.
Okay.
We're doing good.
It's all the intent. Dojo had a good intent. He said it. But he didn't realize the power he had.
I didn't. Yeah. I got to be careful wielding that power.
It did scare me a little bit. It really did.
Yeah, man. Well, no,
I have been called a genius before. Yeah, but was it like smooth move genius? Was it like that? Because I've been called that too.
Yeah, not by anybody serious. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, no one I respect has ever called me genius.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's too fun. Yeah, so I was just making a comment about you having. I know you said some people said you were doing a money grab for having 2 campaigns in 1 month, but I guess I don't see it that way at all. If you have projects that you can get out there, I don't see that being a big deal if you're fulfilling your projects. You know?
Yeah, that's really the long and short of it. Like I mentioned earlier, Toro Tales is done, so I'm ready to get that one out there, and then I need the shifter to be paid for by the crowdfunding. So, so I'm on both sides of the fence with regard to whether it's completely done before you launch. So Toro Tales is. The shifter won't be, but the shifter, my artist in Brazil is real quick. He may not be the speed of like Jose Garcia, but he's fast.
Yeah.
You can't write the name either, Derek. Get it off.
Yeah, don't show that comment.
Oh man.
And it does hurt for someone to call you a genius.
Look at this.
Because I've been called that many a times and not in a positive way. Especially the smooth move genius. So I'm usually knocking something over.
So B-Rose must be.
What does that say?
He's speaking
How do you pronounce
Weavery.
that?
Just say it's Weavery and move on.
Right. Don't even try.
Dean, they're going to read your comments and be in trouble again. Yeah, see?
Who was in trouble? Who was in trouble?
We will. Everybody's going to leave
the P word?
Yeah, because we're reading this thing. So
the funny thing, that being the P word. There's so many other words you can think of that be the P word, but it's that.
That's certainly not the one I first think of.
Our is that. So yeah. Look at this. I almost banned B-Rose for that comment. The only reason he got away with a timeout is my channel. Well, you're a moderator for a reason, Mo.
Do you guys want a story time of one time? I should have been called genius, but you all laugh at this. So,
oh shit,
Derek's HR at the job, and I'm still working with him. I didn't leave the job that we worked at this point, and he's HR, and I'm with him with a bunch of like new people. I'm just chilling there, and for some reason, someone sings this song. Are you down with OPP? And for me, I always thought OPP was like some rapper's name. I had no idea what it stood for.
Oh, wow.
And Derek goes, Kevin. Derek goes like this, like he's scolding a 5-year-old child. Kevin, it's other people's privates. And I'm like, what? And again, he's HR.
I didn't say privates.
Yes, you did.
I don't think I did.
You did. You said other.
Maybe it's because we were in front of people.
Well, yeah, you're HR, and I go. Wait a minute, though. Who's not down with OPP? And he's like, Kevin, shut up. And I just kept on this trail, like, well, I guess ministers aren't down with OPP.
Well,
and then I'm like, what about the Catholics? And then Derek's like, shut up. Shut up.
Man.
Yeah.
When it says other people's, what it means is like another husband's wife's privates. That's what that means.
I've never really listened to the song lyrics.
Oh my
If you're
God.
down with OPP, you're down with somebody else's spouse, basically.
Shouldn't it be more than those three, though, if you're going to describe it that way? You know what I mean?
No.
Just saying.
Well,
now I got to
pretty
listen to
easy
the
to
song.
get.
Now I
It's
got to
pretty
listen to
easy
the
to
song.
get.
'Cause...
Yeah. And if you're in Canada, particularly Ontario, they have OPP on the side of their police cars because it's the Ontario Provincial Police Force.
That's
Oh,
So
funny.
it's
hilarious.
very cool to see OPP on all the cop cars.
That's funny. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, B Rose, you're famous, man. You come on here, you're center of attention. That's awesome.
You know what? Bros gets a lot of attention every channel. He really
yeah.
does.
How can you
That's
not?
because
People
he
do
stirs
give
up a
him
bunch of
attention.
shit. It's not famous.
it
It's
easy.
infamy.
He makes it easy for everybody to just jump on him.
It's infamy. Get it right.
Yeah. B Rose, at least you make yourself useful.
Sub
for the
with
first
those
time as
alts.
Mo was like lightning on that B Rose alt. Oh my gosh. Damn, Mo, let me get in on some of that sweet B Rose timeouts. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Well, that's cool. Hey, well, we've reached an hour and we've been going over our
Oh my
our
gosh.
streams so
It never
much. We're gonna
seems
try to
that-
keep this down to the hour.
It never seems like it.
I know.
Yeah, the
streams
hours
are fun,
going
aren't
by
they?
fast.
When
Yeah,
we
we've
were
been
on
loving it.
when we were on I can't it Bancrofts, it felt like we were on for like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
it, was
it felt
so
like
fast,
it felt
man.
like nothing. I was like,
Well,
man, that went
when-
fast.
So we didn't stop streaming until 2 a.m. that night, and
Yeah,
because
it's
we
a
went
bad
on to our
idea.
own channel.
It was a bad
I loved
idea.
it. I was
Well,
loving it. I was
yeah,
having
but
a
I
great
couldn't
time.
sleep after it. It messed me up the whole week.
Well, I slept so hard, but it was because I was coming down, man. I was on such a high,
You need
and
to
I
pick
came
better
down,
words.
and I've just no. That's really what it is. You're coming off.
I know,
that
but all I can
adrenaline,
think of that's what she
and it
said.
rocks you, man. It rocked me. I'm getting too old for that shit now.
Yeah, no, it messed me up the whole weekend. Because then I fell asleep. We were invited on
That
a
was
chat,
fun,
and
man.
I was asleep for that.
And I just have to say before we get out of here,
We need to show
Brian,
our page.
yeah,
We need
well,
to show
hold
our
on,
book.
Brian. You helped us tremendously, man. I thank you so much for the input you gave us and everything for our campaign and just being able to kind of let me ask you several questions, man. You did an awesome job for us.
Oh, you're very welcome. Happy to help.
Yeah, it
And
was
you're big for
fantastic.
the community too. That's going to help us so much of reaching out to streams
Yeah.
to get
Yep.
on your document. I feel like it should be called something better than a document or a
Well, it's
diagram.
called CG Guide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the CG guide. Yeah.
Yeah, just call it that.
And it's good too to find other people that you'd like too. Like anyone should really go and get that. That's a part of CG. Find some channels that you could really, really dig, really like.
Oh yeah, man.
And
Yeah.
and yeah, they do run the gamut. I mean, not all of those channels are going to be a cup of tea for everyone. Now,
Right.
There's certainly some channels on there that I don't watch, but I put it
Yeah.
on there because I know that we've all got different points of view and
Oh.
different likes and
Sure.
kind of streams that we like. But if you're CG or even CG adjacent and you've got a regular weekly stream, I'll put you on there.
Oh yeah, man. It's awesome, and I think
It
it's
just
good
shows
for
you how big
everybody.
and it shows you how big the community really is. Like,
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it does.
There's a lot of channels.
Yeah, so if you have not backed Toro Tales #1, make sure you guys go on Indiegogo and check that out. And it looks like it's going to be really cool. I can't wait to see the Eric Minoltowski cover. That's going to really rock. So
It's gonna be
that's
great.
going to be
Yep.
cool. Yeah, that's a great homage. And I don't even think we meant to do an homage at first, did we? When we did our homage to the Cap comic.
That was all you. That had nothing. I had nothing to do with it, so.
It just kind of happened. It was one of those things where I was like, that looks really cool. I'm going to see if it works, and it did. And it was just one of those things. So how did you come up with
instantly
wanting to do it?
recognizable?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, how did you come up with yours?
Oh, well, quite honestly, I was looking for a way to feature all 10 characters in a great group shot. Even though these stories feature all of these characters individually, for the most part, I wanted a great group shot. So I started looking at a whole bunch of team covers. And, some of them only had 5 characters. And
or even 3. I'm thinking of X-Men. There's a bunch where there's only like 3 of them on it.
Right,
you know what I mean? So you do get that a lot where it's...
So I did find a handful, more than a handful maybe, of enough characters on the cover, but some of them they were too small, or it was just a mess. This one here really looked like it featured the prominent characters. It had a couple in the background, so I really liked the layout of that one. Yeah, and so I asked Eric if he thought he would like to do that, and he was like, "Absolutely, let's do it."
You know what actually does have a lot of team covers that there's like 5 or more is the New Mutants. A lot of their covers, they would usually put like the whole team on them.
No,
a lot of times, yeah.
Yeah, so that's something always to look to, like in the future. Because X-Men, it's weird. X-Men, they usually would only have like 4, if that, on most of theirs. They don't usually put a whole.
Yeah,
it's like a big event like Fall of Mutants or something where they're all dead.
Or like the relaunch X-Men #1 that was a wraparound cover that had Magneto on the side and then all the others. Yep.
Jim Lee. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So when we did ours, I told Kevin, I said, no matter what cover we do, how many we have or whatever, I want the cover to be actually happening in the story. I don't want it to be a cover of just
something badass that never takes place.
Yeah,
right.
Just a great picture, which we could have done, but I was like, no,
okay.
This actually has to be, I want it to be from the story, but it may not be like the view that you get in the comic, but it's going to be maybe a different camera angle or even a different frame or something.
Yeah, or just in between an action part.
Yes. So my cover isn't that at all, because these guys, although they will someday become a team, they're not yet.
Well, you're showcasing several things, so that's a whole different ballgame, I think.
Yeah.
But I think for me, because we had we have a team, and we were thinking, I want the story element, because you would get a comic and you would get these bad guys on the cover, and you would open up the book and he was only in like a page or 2.
Right.
You know what I mean? Back in the day, you remember doing that?
Oh,
and
yeah.
It bothered me so bad.
It also bothers me when they do all these variants that seemingly have no purpose. Yeah. Well, honestly, the one that we're paying homage to, the West Coast Avengers, were not in that issue. They were just featured on a whole bunch of different comic books.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh,
I would have been pissed.
That's just a money grab that Marvel does all the time.
So that's the point, and that's why I'm like, when we did ours, no matter what it was,
not one of them's in the book.
No, none of them.
Not one.
It's an Amazing Spider-Man issue, and none of the West Coast Avengers are in the book. They were just paying tribute to the Avengers across all of their titles.
Still,
that's just
you could have done that a better way with Spider-Man. With the, you know what I mean? Something like
absolutely. Well, they did that with Iron Man recently. They've done that with the Fantastic Four recently.
I don't like that.
They keep doing that.
Well, it's money grab. That's a money grab, because they know they're going to get that.
I'm a completist collector, and so I try to collect everything that She-Hulk is either in or on the cover.
Yeah.
And Secret Wars 2, #1, she was in the book, and she was on a number of the covers. But guys, there was 48 variants for that book, some of which were store exclusives. So, for example, they did an exclusive cover for Midtown Comics in Manhattan. They did a store exclusive for Mile High Comics in Denver, and a few others. So they did, maybe 500 copies of it? So they're extremely rare. And on the day they're released, people are buying them up, and they're appearing on eBay at like $60 a pop.
Oh, my gosh.
And so for those of us who are completists, it's sort of defeating.
Yeah.
And, I've said that before online, and people have said to me, well, you don't have to buy them all. You just buy the ones you like. It's like,
that's the point of being a completist.
Apparently they don't know what completist means.
Yeah, exactly.
Does it count if you get like an omnibus that then has all the covers like in the back when they collect everything?
I eventually want to get all of the omnibus that she's in. I've got a few of them, but there's some that I haven't been able to get yet because they're kind of pricey.
She was an active member for Fantastic Four for a bit, too.
For a long time. She was an active member of the Avengers for a really long time. She was in Heroes for Hire. She was the leader of A-Force. There's Defenders. She was in the Defenders for a while.
Yeah, I remember that, too.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the one thing I was, that's why I said that we're not doing that. we're going to only have covers that you could know that it happened in the book.
Okay.
You know? And I thought that was one of the best things to do, and it worked. And I was like, man, I'm really proud of our covers, all 3 of them. So we'll go ahead and show it right now, just to show our page.
Show our book.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, we have to, right? So here we go. Here's Ballad of Celestials. Can you guys see that? All right.
Yep.
Okay. So we're sitting at 44 backers, 77% of our $2,000 goal. We have 56 days left, so we've had 4 days in. Not doing too bad. I still am pretty happy with it.
Yes. Oh, no, I'm very happy. I'm extremely happy, actually.
So
we put a few teaser images
days
in.
left, guys.
Yeah.
We got to get you on my show, too.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be great, man. This is a little teaser image of one of our bad guys. You'll see him a little bit in the comic. And then we have another. Yeah, and then we have a teaser image of this.
We don't talk about him. Keep going. We don't talk about him.
It's a teaser. He's in the book, though. You're actually going to see him in the book.
He snuck in there. Keep going quick.
Hey, if this gets us a backer, I'm going to say he's in there. Yes, he should.
Be there.
Yes, he should. No, he's in the story, so he should be there.
He's stirring up interest.
Yeah, if that's going to get people to back the book, here we go. We're going to see it again.
And if your big bad has a cool silhouette, definitely feature that.
Yeah, so our logo came out really good, man. Dio Lima, fantastic. He's worked with Kemosabe on The Company Men, and then he's worked with us on this book. He's done a few other things, but man, he's just fantastic.
Yeah, for Marvel, DC, Image, he's been doing a lot.
So here's our team cover. This cover was inked by Peter Palmiotti. And he saved our butt because in order to get everything done in time, I had to give this off to an inker so I could work on the other cover, which was the wraparound cover. And in order for us to send those off for coloring and to get ready for the campaign launch, we had to have somebody come in and pinch hit for inking. And,
yeah, Derek, this stuff looks really good. I love that cover.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that one right there, because as you know, I'm a simp for archers, and I love that the archer is up front in the foreground.
Yeah, this was interesting because it was a struggle to draw. Just to talk about the creation,
characters were moved around a lot. You're right.
We moved the characters. It was hard to figure out, but once we did, we were very happy. So Mo says Murph is still upset that Derek let us know the title.
That's
true.
Is fun.
Hero says my favorite cover. That's awesome, man. Thank you.
Don't agree with me, man.
I really like. To me, I don't know if I honestly don't know which one I like better, this or the wraparound. Because the wraparound, I love how he's swinging that like Thor.
Show us the wraparound.
You know what? There are elements to both of them that I'm loving. So here's the homage. So this is that
Wolverine
throwback
cap.
to Cap. And yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to the wraparound. But yeah, this kind of happened, and I'm a Mike Zeck fan, so that really stood out to me because he's the original artist. Of course, Cap and Wolverine, I love both of those characters so much. And then I was like, you know what? It works perfect because our Beast is that blue. Put Wolverine there, Mare in place of Wolverine there, and it just worked out perfectly.
Yeah, the orange and blue.
Yeah, and this is an actual scene from the comic.
And the team, that was a scene, them rushing. They all come out together, kind of rushing. Baddies.
So super, super great. I did get the Derek Clay after Mike Zeck on the bottom of the cover there. Just want to make sure I point that out.
Every time you say that, though, I could just think of Michael Scott doing that quote where it's Wayne Gretzky and then Michael Scott.
Yeah, well, when you pay homage, you should always put the original artist's name on the cover.
Okay. So let's go to the best cover, the cross.
All right.
The wraparound. Why did I say cross?
Oh, here it is. So this is it. Oh, I'm sorry.
And it's cut a little bit to fit it. So there's some of the edges cut.
Yeah, I cut the left side just a little bit. So you're not seeing the left side of the smoke there. But, man, Dio's colors on this blew me away. I was expecting – we were actually originally going to go with a white background above Mare on the right side and keep it kind of just.
But now that he has
colored.
sun behind the logo,
Gosh,
the light, it's awesome.
Yeah, so when the logo goes there, it just makes that logo stand out so nicely, and it fit the fantasy realm really well. It reminded me of Conan, and Kemosabe said it reminded him of Earl Norham doing some Conan back in the day, which blew me away. I couldn't even believe that he said that, because that was pretty high praise. I gotta say, that was pretty high praise. I never thought I would ever match any of those dudes.
Yeah,
those guys are.
Thanks, Crazy Matt, for backing.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks everyone who backed.
Yeah. So anyway, that's it. We got our creative team, of course. We did secure Eric Weathers to letter. We are pretty much complete with all the art, except I think we have one page to complete because of the added pages that we decided to do, but it's going to be pretty easy and quick, so we'll have that done.
Mm-hmm.
We have one stretch goal. We're going to get Phoenix to make a metal card. And I know, Dojo, you were saying to get this colored.
I would think so, yeah. I mean, I personally like the colored, but I know that a lot of people like the black and white line art. So maybe put a poll out there and see what they think.
Well, I actually like the black and white, and I thought maybe later we'll get it colored, but I'm thinking on metal. Yeah, putting it on metal, I like that black and white look because it's got that pencil, on it, and I think that would just look really slick on a card. So that's why.
If all of the white is on his like white metal that he can make available, that will look pretty sharp.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm hoping it comes out like I want it to, but we'll see. If it ends up not coming out the way I thought, then we'll get it colored and have him do the colored version. So.
And we didn't get a chance to mention it, but the cards actually have something to do with the world. So people will want to have cards as the story process. And we'll probably make a game of it down the road.
Yeah, that's something we didn't even get to during the launch, which was really kind of funny because you would think we would be able to.
Just went so quick. Went so quick, man.
It did. It did. Yeah, and I mean, the cards are going to be developed a lot more. So that's down the road. So anyway, if you haven't backed it, jump on there, check it out. And back that
or let people know about it.
Yeah, spread the word.
Tweet it.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was going to say is that, I know a lot of people have a finite amount of resources and they're going to say, I can only back X number of books in any given month. If Toro Tales or the Shifter don't make it to your budget, then you could still help out tremendously by tweeting it out, putting it on your Facebook, anywhere in the socials, just getting some more eyes on it would be, even that is a huge help. So I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, that's cool. And I just had a point about the book too. Something about our book, and now I lost it.
The cards?
Sorry. Oh well. It wasn't the cards. It was something to do with
page.
I haven't heard a lot about our secret tier.
Hey, thanks, Arrogant Ape. Thank you.
What do you say?
Oh, nice! Look at that! Woohoo!
Oh, that's awesome.
Got a backer.
Be a backer. Awesome.
That's awesome.
Appreciate that.
That's really cool. So the secret tier was, I haven't heard if anybody what they really thought about it, and I'm anxious to hear what people think.
Did you think we described it well enough, or we have to send out another email?
I'm not sure. It depends on who took it and backed it, but I would like to get some feedback about that eventually. I don't know if we're going to talk about it yet, but we need to eventually talk about it.
So without telling me what it is, can you tell me how you get the secret tier?
Yeah, so you had to sign up ahead of time. And if you signed up ahead,
so if you're on the mailing list and backed.
Okay. Yeah. So did you already send out a message to those people who done that?
It said it whatever they were going to back. We gave them two different things to back, and it said what they were getting now and what they would get later. So
Well,
and it's going to have a lasting effect for people who signed up ahead of time.
But we'll send out another email too with that too, just to get the people that didn't already.
Please do, because I don't think I got that.
You didn't get it?
Did you?
Now, did you get signed up ahead of time?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, you're on the email. You were the last email person.
Oh, that's right. It happened on the show.
When you click the link, did it give you two different options? Did it give you two secret perks?
I don't think so.
Oh, no.
Oh,
okay.
Mo Biggs is saying he found it in his spam folder. Maybe I should check that out.
Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, because the secret tier should have been something that you would have access to. And then it was going to actually, maybe that's part of the problem.
Wait, but people had to use the secret tier because we had backers that we couldn't. So people used it.
Yeah, they must have.
So yeah, we did have people use it.
Well, yeah, and what it is, the secret tier will.
It doesn't just affect this book. It
doesn't just affect this book. It's going to be long term.
Well, I'll look for it, and if I can't find it, I'll reach out to you guys.
Yes, please do, because if you want to be part of that.
Because even it says here 44 backers, and if you go down the tiers, we don't have 44, so those missing have to be the the secret tiers.
Right.
So I used it. I checked the spam folder during the launch stream. Oh, cool. Did it work out for you, Mo? I hope it.
Why though? It's not different than any of the other emails. If people weren't getting spams from the other ones,
well,
why would that happen?
I don't know if it might be, where they're getting the email sent to. It could be like, the platform they're using for email.
So some people get it to spam while other people don't?
Yeah, they may.
Could it have to do with the subject line?
I mean, it could be that too.
Yeah, but the subject line I'd usually put like email number 4, email number 3, update number 4.
Oh, okay.
Those usually what the emails were.
Okay, well, Mo says it worked for him, so he got in on it. So that's awesome, because that's what I want to know. I want to know that it worked well, that people understood it, and that it's, it's going to be something worth getting into.
So, Dojo, did you get an email from us or no?
I got an email, but I don't remember when that showed secret tiers. I got an email.
There would have been a link in there. Like it would have said, this is to the secret tier, and then there would be a link you could click on. And it would then open up a regular page, but you'd get 2 more perks than what other people would have saw.
All right. I'll take a look.
Yeah, do that, because we want to
Please let us know if there's something wrong with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I want people in on that, because that's going to be a cool thing. We're trying to build a customer base, and that's part of it. So we definitely want our customers to follow us and be with us.
Yeah.
Whether we're on Indiegogo or not. So, okay. Well, hey, we got a backer for Dojo. I feel good about that.
That's awesome. No, that's what we always need.
Me too.
Our guests always need to have a backer.
I think it's fantastic.
Always.
Thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys for being in the chat tonight, for coming and hanging with us for a little bit. I know we've had some.
I know we're trying to end early. Tonight. I wanted to ask Dojo, since you're such a She-Hulk fan, are you happy or worried about the TV show?
Oh, I'm happy there will be one. I don't expect very much from it.
Okay. Okay.
What would you want in it? Like for you, what of her do you want?
One of the things that I read was that they're going to try to go along with the whole breaking the fourth wall thing. And I think that joke is tired, overdone, and well past its time. I hope that they don't overdo it. I don't want her to be looking at the camera and constantly talking to the viewers.
Does she still do it, or was that just a time for herself in the comic? Is that still a thing she does?
Yeah, still a thing. John Byrne started it on the Sensational She-Hulk, and at the very beginning of it, it was kind of funny. But I really love him as an artist, but as a writer, he's too enamored with his own cleverness, and I think that he overdid it quite a bit. Yeah, everybody thinks that Deadpool was the first one to break that fourth wall, but She-Hulk and Animal Man both did it far before Deadpool ever did. And to be perfectly honest with you, Superman did it way before that, because in the bronze, not bronze, probably as far back as the golden, maybe the silver age.
I didn't know
on the last page of Superman, he would often say something like, I don't know, I'll just make something up like, and we all know how those secrets go, right, Lois? And then he would look, they would show him like look at the reader and wink, like he knew we were all there.
Yeah.
So like the afternoon cartoons of like Captain Planet.
Yeah,
you make the difference, or so they did that.
Shows
wow,
too.
They did that,
and even Deadpool didn't do that from the start. You know what I mean? His character, where She-Hulk, that was her thing from the start, wasn't it?
Nope, not from the start.
No.
When she first appeared in 1980, in February of 1980, the first issue was written by Stan Lee, but then the issues after that were various other writers, and it was it was just her in her savage form. She didn't have control of the transformations. She also changed when she was angry. It wasn't until much later that her actual, impetus for her change wasn't anger, but more excitement. And what they explained much later too is that the various people who changed into various forms of the Hulk were manifestations of their id. So, for example, the leader was a janitor who wanted to be a genius, wanted to be super smart. And because he was exposed to the gamma radiation, became that. The Hulk, Bruce Banner had this hidden rage. For She-Hulk, it was supposed to be sort of like a promiscuity. For there was a few others that, basically their Hulk form was largely based on their repressed emotions. Okay. So at the beginning, she was just another rage monster, just like Hulk. It wasn't until Sensational She-Hulk by John Byrne that it was all changed.
Okay, I didn't realize there was stuff before John Byrne, because I knew Byrne did so much with the Hulk. I thought he naturally went with her. I didn't know there was stuff before.
Oh yeah, there was a 25 issue series starting in 1980.
Wow.
Okay, I didn't know that. So wow. Okay.
Yeah, well, hopefully the TV show will be okay, but we'll see. It's hard to say.
I don't hold out much hope.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it because I'm such a fan, but I may have to struggle through it.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. It could surprise you too. So I hope it does, man.
I thought Daredevil was done well, so it could surprise me.
Right.
Well, they said that they got the Daredevil writers and Punisher, that Marvel has them for TV now. So there's this big rumor that the Echo show is not going to be Echo, that it's going to be a Daredevil show. And they just named it Echo.
They do have those writers, but the writer that they've chosen for She-Hulk is a comedy writer, which already points to the fact that it's going to be, I don't know. I'm not.
That is a bad.
Tough to deal with. Yeah,
that's a bad.
We'll see what happens.
Yep.
I didn't realize.
Oh man. Yet. Well, okay. I guess it'll remain to be seen. But
this September.
Okay, so. I guess we're
if you're bored with She-Hulk this September, watch for Toro Tales, also in September.
There you go. I was going to ask that when you were going to fulfill. We put October out just because we were like, well,
just don't know
how the air, man.
Yeah.
The way people have been waiting on printers and everything, I'm just like, let's give ourselves some cushion, and that way, if we go early, it'll be fantastic.
Yep.
But if we go, we'll have 6 months to worry about. So I don't know. But yeah, well, thank you for coming on. And
thanks so much for having me on. I appreciate the time.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime. Just let us know. And when you do the shifter, we'll have to have you back and do that again.
Excellent.
So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for stopping out. We will see you soon. Look for us tomorrow night.
Subscribe.
Look for us tomorrow night on Lord Crackhead's channel. What is it? Is it Comics Hour or Comics Talk? I don't remember which one it is.
I should know.
I know you should. We'll be on there.
All right.
All right. We'll see you guys soon.
All right. Hail the chat.
Good night.